Let's see here what I got today. I got some green onions, some bell peppers, some jalapeno peppers. Get this stuff going first of all and saute that. I'll add the cilantro afterwards. I know it's kind of late in the day for breakfast tacos. But I didn't have breakfast this morning. One thing I forgot to bring out with me is olive oil. Or did I? Nope, I didn't. Chickens are showing on up. I hope they don't try to get in my food. Y'all watch it, will you, for me? That's good mama's milk there. You know, I had a lot of good intentions with my garden this year, but things got thrown in a hoop and it's falling behind. But put up some temporary netting to keep the chickens out away from it while it got neglected because I got forced into another situation with other stuff at the wrong time. So the garden is not going to be what it was going to be. And the chickens have gotten underneath that temporary netting and stuff. Yeah, this morning I finally took the time and fizzed out the area better before I could get them in there. And me and my wife done a little weeding. Started watering. And believe it or not, we haven't added no water to the garden for at least 2 weeks. And they're just the last couple of days, they're showing signs of saying, hey, we need your attention. But, so, we tinkered with it, but it's not going to be a big producer this year. And I will plant a few more things. But, it is what it is. Maybe later on I'll show you what's happening with the garden. It's a lot smaller than I wanted to go this year, but it is what it is. We did get it fenced in. I got to do a little bit more work to make sure that the chickens can't get on in there, but all in all, it's taken care of. And the video that I made before this one, shall be doing the kitchen, well, the outdoor kitchen, and I got to bring the sink out and get it dropped on in and level up those tables still. But like I said before, my stamina ain't what it used to be, and I got to take lots of breaks. But I don't want anybody else's help, because it causes disorder. It might take me longer to do it, But then when they're gone, stuff that they didn't even use got moved, things got shuffled around, I can't find things, things aren't done the way that I want it, I might have to do things over, and I would just rather do things myself on my time. The only thing I'm missing here to go in this is some Chinese chicken. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. It ain't working. Give y'all an update on Fat Boy and chicken shit. Well, you know, I showed you that video of them fighting. Yeah, man. I remember a couple years ago when they were babies and they were very young. And they were trying to establish their pecking order, and chicken shit would come running behind me and hide out here in the shop and seek protection. For a long time, that's the way he was. Well, this year, some of those other roosters are gone. We've got 3 of them now. JD's the youngest one, and got Scott, or chicken shit, and Fat Boy. And chicken shit decided he was going to challenge Fat Boy. He wanted to be King Tut, and they do shit on out. Chicken shit actually gave Fat Boy a black eye. I hope that's all it is. I can't see no damage to the eye. You know, I mean, nothing, I don't think there's any long-term effects, but there was no blood, no scarring, you know, no lots of feathers even around the eye. Nothing like that. But he can't see out of that eye now. Can't tell anything with the cornea, you know, I mean, everything looks fine. But he can't see out of that eye, and he's definitely at a disadvantage now. Every morning when I let them on out, they sleep side by side just about, only one hen in between the 2 of them, and there never seems to be a problem in the hen house. But every night when every morning when I let them on out, chicken shit's the first one to come on out, and he's strutting his stuff, and Fat Boy, he comes on out, and he's very timid. He looks around, and if chicken shit even looks at him, he kind of steps back in. He don't want no part of chicken shit now. He took a 2-day rest after that full day of fighting. And then Fat Boy went after chicken shit again, trying to reestablish, but that only lasted a couple hours before Fat Boy says, I've had enough, I'm done. So sad to say, You know, I really didn't want chicken shed to be our main breeding stock for our hens. I wanted Fat Boy to be a lot bigger. Gonna be more meat on him. Because the reality is, as much as I like chicken shit, we're gonna have to get rid of them. And y'all know what that means. Not something I want to do. Not at all. And the other thing is, even though JD is a beautiful rooster, a very young one, and he hasn't come into his time yet, he'll be the next one challenging. And I really don't want him for the breeder. I mean, Fat Boy is such a big bird. I want him to be our breeder here. Not that we butcher much chickens, that I want to butcher much chickens. You don't want to get into, I mean, we'll probably only eat 3 or 4 chickens a year. But when I go to harvest one, I want to harvest a whole chicken and not just a little morsel. Not only that, I do want to cut back our flock. Yeah, we got 16 birds all total, right? Well, not even counting the 3 little babies, and I don't even know how many of them are going to be roosters. But at least one will be, most likely 2. I haven't really even paid attention yet to even see where they're leaning to on that. But if I get rid of all the other roosters and I only have Fat Boy, then I know that in 2 months, if I decide to hatch out a few more, then they'll all be Fat Boy's offspring. If I start collecting the eggs in about 2 months. I mean, basically, I think that rooster sperm stays with it for the hen only needs to be bred like once a month and then it's fertile. I think something like that. I don't remember. And what I'm thinking is here, Fat Boy's over 2 years old. And their life expectancy is like 4, maybe 5 years at best. So I'm thinking that I want to get rid of all the other blood of the roosters on out of here and only have Fat Boy breeding them. And then at that point, when I know that Fat Boy's the only one that's been breeding them, then I'll pick out which rooster that I want to keep from there. Because I probably only have one more real good year, maybe 2. get this to dry up a little bit more. My wife and daughter, they went on into town. I haven't made no more pepper sauce yet, so I'm still out of pepper sauce. I used the last of my Tapatio sauce, which out of the store-bought and hot sauces of what it's available around here. That seems to be one of my favorites, but I'm not overly fond of it. But it just seems to have less of that vinegary taste to it. But we're all out of that too. I used the last of that bottle. So now all I got is my daughter's hot sauce. And it's a Valentina hot sauce. Man, I tell you what, it's about like just dumping vinegar on your, about as hot as dumping vinegar on your food too. It just, nothing but vinegar taste to it. I might as well just use the vinegar on my tacos when I get all done. I should start planning ahead to bring out 2 skillets. So I just set this skillet off without throwing it on a plate. Cook more tortillas up on the other skillet. Maybe I'll do that next time. This is a vegetarian meal. Not vegan, it has eggs, but it is vegetarian. And every now and then I like a little meat in my breakfast tacos, but all in all, I'm not overly fond of sausage. I mean, I love sausage, beef sausage and stuff, but in my tacos, I don't like my food to be too, you know, I don't know. I like my tacos and my Mexican food to have more of a bland taste to it. Let's see what else. Move this over here. Move this over here. Get ready to throw tortilla shells on that. Oil up the pan a little bit. The first tortilla I always feel it turns out a little greasy. It's actually going to turn out quite greasy. I'll probably throw it to the chickens. But we'll hang it over here first of all, let that kind of cool off first. I don't know the proper way to cook tortillas. I just know how I like them. I like them to be a little bit on the dry side. I also like to I work them out in the oil a little bit that's around the perimeter of the pan, and then kind of pull that oil in a little bit. And I use my tortilla shells kind of like scrubbing the bottom of the pan. So if there's anything that might be sticking possibly, you're just going to knock it loose. Let the oil get back in there again. Pretty simple and easy meal, tasty. Kind of foods that I like anyway. I lost you there briefly for a bit. I had to delete some video footage that I'd already downloaded. My video footage file was already full on here. Be right back. I gotta get my cheese on out. What do I have already? We'll make one more. Good enough. I'm hungry. Yeah, it's hot. A lot of people make a big deal about washing your hands before you cook and eat. But you know, the real secret to a good recipe is all in the sauce. I just kind of show you guys what it looks like, and you all see that pretty good. Stick a little cheese on there, and this is where I really miss my habanero pepper sauce that I make. I gotta get to making some more, and my green tomatoes pepper sauce that I make. Don't know if I want to be able to get enough green tomatoes this year to make that. Stir fry, you're going to have to wait until I'm done. I do like my breakfast tacos. They are good. Just need a better hot sauce. And with that, I think I'm going to leave y'all hanging right here. I'm going to kick this camera off, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to enjoy this plate, folks. So just remember, if the girls don't find you handsome like me, they can find you handy like me. And if they don't find you handy like me, just pray that they find you. Y'all come back now, you hear? Bye.